Today's announcement shows that we will continue to invest and upgrade community and recreation infrastructure to help Manitobans access the services, networks they need to stay connected, share experiences, and build healthy, inclusive, and vibrant communities. I'm now pleased to introduce MP Terry Duguid to convey remarks on behalf of the Government of Manitoba for today's announcement.
Oh, here we go. Whoa! Little blowy and breezy today. Well, bonjour tout le monde. C'est un grand plaisir d'être ici avec vous cet après-midi. It's great to be with you today on Treaty 1 territory, the homeland of the Métis Nation, and thank you, Minister Reyes. Of course, Janice and I have known him as John for a long time, but thank you so much, Minister Reyes, for the introduction, and it's great to be here with Minister Reg Helbert, Mayor Bowman, Councillor Lukes, and I see Marcus Chambers, City Councillor, and Scott Gillingham. Thank you. I know you played a part in this journey. And where's Julie Fisher? Julie Fisher, school trustee and former president, or still current? She's still hanging in there. And we don't have Chuck Davidson with us today. Pardon me? Yeah, but I know that he played a role in getting us to this day as well. And folks, this really is a historic day. It has been a long time coming, a day that, frankly, I was worried would never come. And it really is a testament to community advocacy and the representatives of three levels of government working together. And I'll come back to that theme in just a little bit. Folks, we are in the Waverly West neighborhoods of South Winnipeg. This is the fastest growing part of the city. It's the fastest growing part of Manitoba, where, when completed, some 50,000 people will reside here. A city the size of your home community of Brandon, right here on the outskirts of Winnipeg. It's the most multicultural neighborhoods in the province. Indigenous, Francophone families who trace their roots to over 100 countries around the world. People who have come here to build a better lives for themselves and their families. And folks, this didn't happen by accident, and I want to give a shout out to Jean Chrétien and Gary Philman, because they introduced the nominee program that Marcus Chambers had a lot to do with over, and really it has changed the face of our city and changed the face of our province, and we have been the better for it. But the recreation, education, and other amenities have really not kept up with the population growth in this part of the city. And despite some of the highest property taxes in the city, the residents here do not enjoy what other parts of the city do. And today we're going to be going a long way to fixing that. And so that's why I'm so pleased today to announce more than $31.6 million in federal funding. Yeah, that's a big number. To support the development of the first phase of a multi-generational recreation campus in Waverly West. This funding comes from the Community, Culture and Recreation stream of the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program. It will be used to build a recreation centre to meet the growing demand for community and recreation space. The multi-use facility will include gymnasiums, multi-purpose rooms, fitness space, a daycare, and more. And where's Parmjeet? Cricket pitches. There better be. And spaces like these play a huge role in our everyday lives, and it's important to invest in projects like these to meet the growing needs and enhance opportunities and quality life now and the future. I really want to end with some shout outs, folks. First, Mayor Bowman and Reg Helbert. I know that you were navigating behind the scenes, and again, you have been such great partners on the infrastructure program on many items. I've really enjoyed working with you, Minister Helbert, over the last number of weeks, where we've been in front of a podium quite a few times, I've noticed. Must be something on the horizon. And Mayor Bowman, you've just been a great partner for many, many years. And today shows what we can do when we do it together. And that spirit has been very much alive during the pandemic, where we have delivered for our citizens. And just wrapping up, I want to give a very special and warm thanks to my colleagues, MLA and now Minister John Reyes and Councillor Janice Lukes. We worked together seamlessly for the last 4 or 5 years. There was no light between us. We had some ups and downs, some fits and starts, but we stuck together, and we saw things through to this day. We made a commitment to our constituents, many of whom are with us today, and we are delivering something special for them today. So thank you for being great friends, colleagues, and for working with me. And of course, there's lots more to do for this community and others. And so with that, back to you, Minister Reyes. And it's just great to see everyone. And it's thanks so much.
Thank you, Member Parliamentary Duguid for Winnipeg South. I'd now like to call in my colleague, Minister Helbert, to say some words on behalf of the province of Manitoba.
Thank you, John. See if we can get blown away here. It's always nice to have wind in Manitoba. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. Very happy to be here, and that I'm very pleased to be here in Waverly West. And as was mentioned by Terry, a lot of work has gone into this for quite a number of years. Terry and I have had some communications over the past while about it, as we've had from several others around here. So we're really thrilled to be here. Manitoba is thrilled to announce an investment of over $31.1 million towards the South Winnipeg Recreation Campus, and as Terry said, a rapidly growing area of southwest Winnipeg that's seen significant and very diverse growth over the last decade, and this investment will provide much needed recreation space for residents to enjoy for many, many years to come. We know that investments in community infrastructure make our province a better place to live, work, and play, and it'll give them some great opportunities here. That's why the Manitoba government continues to deliver strategic investments in community infrastructure to help facilitate growth and improve quality of life in the province. And we're pleased to be here with our two partners, Winnipeg and, of course, the Government of Canada. By working together with all three levels of government, we are able to make this very significant and much-needed investment into the project, which includes, as Terry said, a multi-use, multi-generational recreation centre. Investments like this help ensure that Manitobans have access to modern and reliable recreation infrastructure. Thank you again to our federal partners and to the City of Winnipeg, Mayor and Janice, for their contributions toward this important project, and it was, of course, funded through the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program. And a big thanks to civil servants at all levels. There was a lot of work done behind the scenes to get this done. A lot of communication between the city and the province and the federal government to make sure that we could be here today. So thank you to those civil servants. Collaborating on projects like this allows us to continue to make critical investments in infrastructure across the province. Thank you very much. John?
Thank you, Minister Helbert. I'd now like to call on His Worship Mayor Brian Bowman to say a few words on behalf of the City of Winnipeg. Your Worship.
Thanks, Minister, and good afternoon, everybody. It is great to be here with council colleagues and colleagues from other levels of government. Councillor Gillingham, Councillor Chambers are here as well, steadfast supporters of this project. It's good to be joined by Minister Reyes. First time I've had the opportunity to officially recognize you that way, and congratulations. Minister Helwer, Member of Parliament Terry Duguid. I don't know what is on the horizon, but I'll be seeing if you're wearing running shoes soon. And of course, my council colleague, Councillor Lukes, who's also been obviously working with many people that are here as well to support this project. I too want to begin by acknowledging we're on Treaty 1 territory in the traditional homeland of the Métis. J'aimerais tout d'abord souligner le fait que nous nous trouvons sur le territoire visé par le traité numéro 1 et le terre ancestrale de Métis. I'm very pleased to be here today alongside our federal and provincial government partners, along with council colleagues. And obviously, we're very pleased to be announcing another one of the city's priority ISIP projects has been approved from funding from both federal and provincial governments. This is a project of particular interest to me. I was the only mayoral candidate in the 2018 election campaign who pledged to get this done for this growing area of the city. And so I'm very proud to see it finally come to fruition, thanks to the efforts of so many public servants, council colleagues, and other levels of government. So I want to just thank everybody involved for allowing us to deliver this for this growing and beautiful part of our community. This is the largest investment into a recreation facility in the city's history, something that we should all be very proud of. The project total is approximately $89 million, and that's just for phase 1. So this is a significant investment in this area of the city. There's remaining ISIP projects that include the second phase of the North End Sewage Treatment Plant and 6 public transit stream projects, which we're going to continue to advocate for. In the meantime, this is a wonderful announcement today, and I'm so pleased that we're able to come together to support recreational investments in our community. Of course, recreation promotes healthy living, active lifestyles, which are important for all age demographics and abilities. We know that this is a particular area of the city that is currently underserved from a recreational standpoint, and it's good to find us finally able to work with other levels of government to fill a gap that's been that we know exists in this particular area of the city. As Winnipeg continues to grow to 1 million people, we'll continue to need strong government partners that will invest in municipal infrastructure, public transit, and recreation. And I'm so pleased that our federal and provincial governments are able to deliver each, respectively, over $31 million for Winnipeg today to help support this important project. So thank you very much, merci, and miigwech to everybody involved. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor Bowman. And now I'd like to invite Councillor Janice Lukes to say a few words. Councillor Lukes.
Thank you very much. I actually think I'm going to say a few more words than Terry Dogood, which is an anomaly. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of history here because I've been working on this project for 16 plus years. In 2005, the Greater Council of Winnipeg Community Centers plan identified the southwest quadrant of Winnipeg was below the City of Winnipeg's space to population ratio policy. That was in 2005, before a shovel was even put in the ground for Waverly West, for South Point, and the neighborhoods. In 2014, a study was done, the Braid Report, which looked at either building 4 smaller community centers to support this neighborhood or building a large regional recreation campus. Residents were supportive of the regional campus. And also in 2014, I was elected for many reasons, but the number one reason was to move forward with the vision of a regional recreation campus. So I started touring multiple regional campuses throughout Canada. In 2016, the provincial Conservatives were elected, and shortly after, their department, Manitoba Housing and Renewal Corporation, sold approximately 200 acres of land, which was going to be another development, a phase of the neighborhoods of Bridgewater, known as Waverly West B. They sold it to Qualico developers. I then secured funding to allow the first city-led neighborhood area structure plan in partnership with Qualico. This 2-year planning process started, taking 400 acres right behind us of wide open prairie field of private land parcels to determine where roads, density, parks, and recreation would go. In 2017, the province announced they would be building 2 new schools on this land. More planning was underway. In 2018, the City of Winnipeg acquired approximately 20 acres of land for a recreation campus. In 2019, as a result of incredible public support and pressure at City Hall, Council unanimously moved forward to approving approximately $30 million in funding towards this new recreation campus. And an application was made to the federal government's Infrastructure Canada Investment Program. In 2021, today, if we reflect back from 2005 to now, rapid growth and development was and continues to occur in Southwest Winnipeg. Thousands and thousands of new families continue to move to the area. As noted earlier, it is the fastest growing quadrant of Winnipeg, and we are welcoming families from all over the world. A recent population count identified there are now, and this was as of July last year, over 56,000 people living in the Waverley West Ward, a community the size of Brandon. So today, 16 years after a shortage of recreation space was identified, we have this incredible announcement. I have been on many funding journeys over the past 20 years of my life, but nothing like this one. Mr. Terry Duguid and the Government of Canada, I find I've been wearing red more lately. I don't know. You're wearing blue. Mr. Helbert, thank you so much. Sarah, thank you for all your support over the years. Thank you. We go way back. Thank you. John Rays, Minister John Rays, you still take my calls. You are outstanding. Terry, John, and I, as Terry noted, have an incredible working relationship in South Winnipeg. We work together. There are no, we're a team. I should be wearing purple with either of you on each side, but we're an amazing team. I want to thank all my councillor colleagues. I specifically want to call out Councillor Chambers, Councillor Rowlands, who can't be here today, and Councillor Gillingham for being an incredible team players and internal champions. Because as we all know, moving something through is always interesting. To the former South Winnipeg Community Centre Board presidents who can't be here today, Mr. Chuck Davidson and Craig Sheldon, powerhouses in their own right for laying out this vision so many years ago. To Julie Fisher, the current Community Centre president, thank you so much for taking my calls. Mr. Ian Shaw, I don't think he's here today either. I think he was a board member many years ago. He's a community person. He's an incredible planner. He's the author of the Abrade Report, which did the study. He's a neighbor, a friend. He's moved mountains and golf courses. Michelle Auger, who I don't think is here today, is the CEO of the Dakota Community Centre, one of the smartest, classiest ladies I know, who I've had the incredible honor of working with to build the Jonathan Taves Sports Complex when I was councillor for the River Park South area, a mentor and a guiding light. And I'd like to thank Aryan Ampour, my executive assistant, who works with me every day, dealing with many rapid growth issues and keeping things moving. And to the many residents of the Waverley West Ward for being there to support me and for the incredible honor and privilege of allowing me to represent you at City Hall. For trusting me as I lifted a cap on growth in the neighborhoods to get new schools. For working with me on our never-ending fountain, speed, and weed issues. This is for you and for your families. Andrea Chow, Bridgewater Trails. Scott and Carrie Niche, Bridgewater Forest. Mr. Social Savage, Jesse Peters. Thurdis and Lori, Bridgewater Trails. Debbie, orderly and good behavior advocate of our Bridgewater community. Mazur Khan and Faraz, South Point. Jaswinder and Harvey, diehard community people in South Point. Seneca from South Point. Sandra Sukin, who couldn't be here today, from the Pembina Active Living 55 Plus. It will be a place for all ages. And for so many. And I'd like to close with a very, very special thank you to Mr. Parmajit Shahi from Fairfield Park, Richmond West, an incredible resident dedicating countless volunteer hours to so many community projects. It's a great partnership. I'm honored to be able to work with you, sir. Thank you always for your ongoing support. And with that, I thank everyone for coming out today. It's a huge day for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Lukes. And I'm wearing the green tie not because of party affiliation. I'm wearing it because the green and the blue are actually the colors of the South Winnipeg Community Center. So that's why I'm wearing